This is a story that came out March 2nd, 2018, Reuters, and it's something that has occurred in America for a long time. You know, you could even date this back to the times of the opium dens, where these ancestors of the same people would go into Chinatown to get high on opium. And, many of you have heard about the drug parties that these folks have, or they go in the woods and have these drug parties. And so it's nothing to be surprised over. Or they share drugs and exchange drugs. And see, in large part, this is why this epidemic has exploded the way that it has. You have a lot of people with opioids, and they go to these parties and share drugs with each other, exchange drugs. And now remember, I did a story on my last channel that said most opioid addicts never even had a prescription for opioids. So if they never had a prescription, that should tell you their addiction came from other people with opioids. Now remember, white people got prescribed a hell of a lot more opioids than black people, playing the old racist game that we feel no pain, they feel all the pain, whatever. And that's what got them in this addiction in the first place. So their situation is far different from the crack epidemic. But as you can see, this story, 9 California students hospitalized in possible opioid overdose. 9 students from the University of California, Santa Barbara suffered an apparent mass overdose of prescription opioids at a party and were taken to a local hospital, police said on Friday. The incident began when sheriff's deputies and paramedics responded to an emergency call, found a young man unconscious in the back seat of a car at about 10 p.m. Thursday night. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office said in a statement, other students at the gathering told deputies that the victim, who was rushed to a local hospital, had ingested alcohol along with unknown amounts of pain reliever OxyContin. Wow. They were asking for a problem. The sheriff's department said deputies on the scene discovered a second male who had stopped breathing and exhibited signs of an overdose. They revived him with a nasal spray of naloxone, a drug used to temporarily block the effects of opioid narcotics, before transporting him to the hospital as well, the sheriff's office said. Now, Narcan only works for about 30 minutes. You would think it revived them and they could get up and walk home, and no, that's why they have to go to the hospital, because it's not just one dose. They have to get continuous treatment of this stuff. It's funny how when you read these articles, they give you the impression that once they sit up from getting that hit of Narcan, oh, they're all good now. No. The effects of the overdose can come back on them again if they don't go back, go to a hospital for help. So it's kind of misleading to make you think that that's all they need and they can get up and walk and they're all good. No, this is why always watch the pattern. They give the Narcan and then take them straight to the hospital. Okay, if they don't do that, then they will feel the effects of the overdose again. I just thought I would kind of let you know that because they sure won't let you know. Okay, 7 more students, all of whom had taken a blue pill, were ultimately found exhibiting symptoms of an overdose at the residence, according to the sheriff's office, and were taken to the hospital. 8 of the students have been released from the hospital. The remaining student was expected to be released later on Friday, the sheriff's department said. A university spokeswoman could not immediately be reached for comment. See, I would kick them all out of college. I would kick them all out. You know, because if they would have all died there during some, drug party at the college, colleges don't want to be liable for that kind of stuff. All right. According to the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 19,410 people died from fentanyl and other synthetic opioids in 2016. Experts say that mass overdoses in one location are extremely rare. Yeah, but they still do happen. And in this country, the way this opioid um, addiction is going, don't be surprised to hear more of this, because it probably happens more than what they're telling you because, they like to hide their shit and expose everything black people are doing. Well, it's getting more difficult for them to do that now, especially in this climate of the drug addiction. They can't hide this stuff as easy as they once used to, and then try to play up to black people that we got all the problems and they barely got any problems, which is a joke. In fact, they seem to display more problems than anyone else. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.